Jennifer has done way more work than she was supposed to get the protection that she needs and get the support that she needs. And I believe everything that that woman has said to the fullest. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, y'all? Let me go ahead and sit down. I ain't got no black V-neck on. That's because it's at the house and I'm in another state right now. But I'm about to go in. I just got through watching the reel and I am completely blown away. Matter of fact, girl, let me turn the air off. This whole thing it didn't have to get to this point. It didn't never have to get to this point from the beginning. Had Kenneth Petty not harassed this woman, not did the things that he did to this woman, we would have never been here. Had Nicki Minaj never chose to date this man and then when finding out the things, and she had not used her platform and her audience and her sick fans to talk about this story. Like, she was on Queen Radio talking about this. She was responding to fans asking her about it on Instagram. She could have ignored it. She does that with any other thing that she's not like interested in talking about. I don't know why she just didn't ignore it. You responded and you made it seem as though that this whole situation was giving, like somebody said on Twitter, was giving like some Central Park 5 situation where, oh, you know, they was both the same age and, you know, she was white and she accused him of something. And you had some of us, even me, believing, okay, wow, because that does happen. Let me tell you something what you do, Nicki Minaj. You use anti-blackness and you use standing up for women when it's beneficial for you. You use it when it's beneficial for you. You use it as a weapon to demonize black folks who you don't see fit of like their stories being told. Like, you do that. You do that. You did the whole thing with Cardi B when she was out here calling you out. Then you want to activate the folks who are out here calling folks out on being colorist and all this other stuff. You wanted us to get angry at Cardi B and say, yeah, you know what? You know, even though Cardi did say, you know, did call some black women some roaches and all that other stuff, Nicki Minaj, you are sitting next to several folks who have been called out for misconduct, sexual abuse, and all this other stuff. And when people ask you about it, you don't want to talk about it. You surround yourself with abusers. You surround yourself with a non-black person who is out here saying the N-word. He had you literally dancing in a kiddie pool with 2% milk. And you talking about you care about COVID. And you sitting here tap dancing in a kiddie pool with milk while pregnant. And talking about you need to research the vaccine. No, what you need to be doing is you should have been researching your man. And I guarantee you did. I think what the thing is, Nicki Minaj was very much like interested in doing what Cardi B did with finding a man, even though Offset ain't ish, marrying a man, having a baby, and still having a successful career. I think Nicki Minaj definitely was envious of that because she was brought up in an age where it's like for women, they could not have both. You can't be out here being sickening and doing all this female rap stuff and being pregnant, because if you're pregnant, you don't look sexy. You can't sell yourself because you're going against, like, it's too woman, now that's not the femininity that we want. And that's unfortunate. But Nicki, you literally right now can divorce this man and saying this is too much. Like, whatever, you could come out and do that. You can even get Karen Civil on the case and help your ass a little bit. Why are you staying with this man? Because I guarantee you, had the roles been reversed, this man would not be standing. You telling all of your followers, you telling all your fans, you literally rap about don't find no bum, don't let no bro, and you sitting here doing the same thing. It's not clicking for me. So, watching the interview, I'm watching the interview and I'm nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I know so many eyes on this. People are wanting Jennifer to mess up. They want her to, you know, kind of like change her story up a little bit so they can see it's inconsistent and all this other stuff. When that woman, when I tell you something, that unfortunately was the perfect like interview to discuss like her, like, her sexual assault, her rape, her experience. It was perfect because, and it was unfortunately perfect because there is no perfect victim. But people expect folks to be a perfect victim, for their stories to be 100%, this and that. It's the same across the board. It's none of that. And it's just like, it doesn't happen like that. That woman got in front of the camera. That woman got and told her story. She relived all of that trauma. And as much as Adrian, as much as Garcelle tried to make it a safe space, it still was triggering and a lot. That woman was hurt. That woman blamed herself for something that happened 20-something years ago. She literally blamed herself and said she wished she could have done more. And when she said that when I realized, I said, even the smallest, any that this meant went out the window. You cannot tell me that you watched that and say, well, you know what, I don't know. If you are, then you are a rape apologist. Point blank, period. And if you don't believe that woman, you are sick. If you don't believe that woman, she got in front of all them folks. I want you to name right now what woman has experienced something like this and is out here doing $1 million deals, out here getting money, and out here living their best life. You can't name anybody who is out here making money out of accusing somebody. And the closest you probably can would probably be a white woman. Like, that's probably the closest. And it's not many. That woman said she was scared. Folks are saying, oh, well, she should have went to the police. Why is she out here talking to this? And at this, and I literally had to block somebody who is dumb as hell. Dumb as hell. Literally, well, why is she talking? Why is she not talking to police? Why is this a civil court? We have been telling y'all for the longest that the police do not protect black women. She already went to the police in the 90s to report this crime. She already went to the police. So what y'all dumbass Fave has done is she has amplified this story. The woman said, Jennifer said, when he ended up getting with Nicki Minaj, she knew that the fans, she knew that people were going to say, they were going to bring up the story. Homegirl said she moved so many times, she changed her phone number. She said that people from Nicki Minaj's camp came to her trying to give her money. Nicki Minaj called her, and she has been saying from the very beginning that she told Nicki Minaj that this happened to me. I need you to know. She did not want no money, and if she did want some money, she deserved every penny. Even if she wanted it, she deserves it. To ease her pain of something that she experienced, there's not enough money. But it damn sure will give her some help and some resources to make her feel better to deal with the pain that she has experienced. None of us can relate, not many of us can relate to a story like that. Not many of us. That woman needs therapy. That woman needs safety. She now has to protect herself from sick Nicki Minaj fans that are following her and harassing her kids. Y'all are sick. Like, y'all are really sick. I was watching the interview and just seeing some of the responses from the bars. Y'all are sick. And honestly, if y'all put all of the energy that y'all are using to harass this woman and to support y'all Fave, maybe she will also have some awards with that sick mindset she got of protecting that sick man that she with. It don't make no sense. That's why I'm still irritated at Rihanna for even sitting her ass next to him and her. While you sit up here calling yourself the queen of makeup and doing all this, and you want representation, you want dark-skinned women to get makeup, while sitting next to a man who literally said that red lipstick don't belong on dark-skinned women. A$AP Rocky. Like, y'all women are too talented to be with these men who would not be interested, and y'all have the roles been reversed. Like, it's sick. Like, I'm watching this woman tell this story, and she's describing herself. She said that she was holding her pants. She was trying to find a way to get out. All of these things. The spirit of discernment didn't even have to be strong in me for me to believe this woman. Because I felt it. And if you couldn't feel that woman's story, then you don't have no soul. If you don't believe what that woman said, you don't have no soul. That stuff happened to her. And I don't know why we're acting like it's surprising. Like, I think this is why I can't stand stan culture. This is why I love Lectual when she talks about how sick fans are and stan culture is and how toxic it is. Follow her on YouTube. Very amazing, intelligent woman. Love her content. But this is why I can't stand stan culture. This is why I don't like celebrityism. Because people can't divest from the fact that Nicki Minaj is married to a rapist. They can't. Because celebrities are not supposed to do any wrong. They don't do any wrong. They don't do anything. Like, why would she do? Celebrities are good. Why would she be out here doing that? And that's the same question I have. When she don't have to. She brought attention to this. And Jennifer, what does it look like? I experienced something like this, and then you telling your folks, you telling your 100 million folks on social media that that's not happening, and then telling folks I'm white. Whoever produced this episode, baby, y'all need an Emmy, y'all need a Grammy, y'all need every little thing, because y'all asked every question that everybody would have thought to ask to dismiss this story. Y'all was on every little thing, and y'all entered the conversation with grace and so much poise. I loved it. Y'all did a really good job. The questions were good. Y'all got to it, and you can tell that woman was hurt. Her lawyer had to speak for her. And was saying that, the person who offered her the $20,000 to silence herself, threatened her and said, girl, like allegedly threatened her and said that you should have took the money because now we're going to use it to put it on your head. This is why this woman is speaking to the media. Because she's done the talking a little bit, but ain't nobody been listening to her. And in the meantime, and during the whole pandemic, Nicki Minaj, her team, and her husband was out here harassing that woman. Was out here harassing her. Nicki Minaj knows what's going on. She knew this was coming. That's why she was spinning all this mess about this website. That's why she on hiatus right now. If you was a real bad one, you'll be out here live reacting to it on Twitter. You'll be live reacting saying, girl, I ain't none of this. But you ain't bad because you knew what happened. You even said it yourself. You made comments and said, well, I guess y'all ain't never did anything. Y'all just, yeah, girl, some of us probably ate some grapes at Kroger, Publix, probably walked out with a bubble gum, probably, let a checking account go into the default or whatever and not paid it or not paid our student loan deal. But a lot of us ain't raped nobody, girl. A lot of us ain't. And I definitely ain't getting into no gunpoint. So I can't relate. Now, I done did some stuff. I done used my parents' credit card. I done snuck out with a car to go hang out with Trey. And I might have done some stuff behind the bleachers. But girl, I ain't never put no gun up to nobody and no knife up to nobody to make nobody do anything like that. I ain't never snatched your pants off to somebody who was not consenting. That's what your husband did. And I've never used my platform, my money, my resources to out here, not just one abuser, but a couple of them. Because you got a track record, girl. And what's interesting is that you ain't did none of it, but you surround yourself with it, which is very telling. Everything that woman said, I believe it. Every detail. That woman came out very detailed and said it. And I also think that Lonnie Love did not speak. She did not speak and she didn't ask questions because y'all cannot stand Lonnie Love. Y'all cannot, for some reason, y'all think that she is malicious, she's ugly, and she's miserable. And that is because she is fat and dark-skinned and vocal. Y'all want to call fat, dark-skinned folks miserable all the time. They do it to me, call me miserable. Let me tell you something. Baby, the only time I'm miserable is when I ain't got no food and I'm hungry. And baby, I had me a sickening little sandwich, the King Italian from McAllister across the street. So I'm not feeling miserable right now. I'm feeling really, really good. I'm feeling moisturized, hydrated, and ready to eat the rest of the sandwich I got in this refrigerator right here. But y'all love to call dark-skinned fat folks miserable. Y'all love to assign that to them because that's all you see. So I think that's the reason why London Love wasn't asked to speak, because had she did it, y'all would have thought it was too personal, whatever. So they did it good by having Adrian and Garcelle do it. And Jenny Mae, thankfully, she didn't talk about it because she has experienced, some violence in this area while she was younger. So respect to production. Y'all did a really good job. Y'all told this woman's story. I was very nervous in the beginning because I didn't know if it was going to be like a 10-minute one. It was going to be 20 minutes. What was it? But with the time that y'all had, the 20 minutes, 25 minutes y'all had, y'all did it. Y'all did it. And now it is on us to find out what we're going to do now. Because right now, in my mind, I'm thinking about taking Nicki Minaj out of my playlist. Taking her out, not listening to her music no more. Until she chooses to divorce this man soon. And honestly, she's not going to stay with this man for the next 10, 15 years. She's going to divorce him. I give it a couple more years. It's going to happen. Honestly, Nicki, this is all you can do right now. Like, right now, with this story picking up so much traction, it's going to be very hard to pick up what left the career that you have. And you doing all this for a man, girl. Miss Queen of Patriarchy Princess, you are down bad. You are giving very much pick-me behavior, because ain't no way in the hell I'll be sitting here letting this man take me through it like that. So I can't, when you be rapping and stuff and talking about me and being bones and all that other stuff, like can't let that broke nigga hit, I'm gonna say, girl, what? You literally let a broke one hit it and also impregnate you. And he on the registry list. So it's clicking down. And sis is down bad. The interview on The Real, I was nervous about it. I was like, it should have been somewhere else. I was like, girl, maybe it should have been on View. Maybe it should have been on Dateline or 2020. Diane Sawyer should have been talking. But y'all did a really great job of letting this woman tell her story. It was very serious. It's very touching. And my heart goes out to all the victims of sexual violence and all these. Like, it is a mess. It is very disgusting that this woman, I think that's the thing that makes Nicki, even though Nicki Minaj did not do it, she used her fame, her resources, and her money to try to silence this woman. And it slick was working. It slick was working, which is why Jennifer said that, I can't let this happen. Like, sis was scared. And folks are coming, well, she didn't say she wasn't this and that. Sis was scared. They were trying to get her to recant her story. They had a pre-written statement of her. And that's stuff that celebrities do. No, girl, you need to recant your statement. I don't see how y'all be watching all these shows and all these movies and all this stuff about celebrities and rich folks doing stuff and don't think that shit don't happen in real life. It does. She wanted that woman to recant her story. She wanted that. They have been threatening her. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be, like I said, it doesn't surprise me because, that is like intimidation. Like, that's what Nicki and her husband are doing. It's a mess. And all that stuff that was going on with COVID and stuff, now she on hiatus. She on hiatus again. Girl, please. She gonna be quiet for a couple of months, go like, oh, the queen was, in the kitchen brewing what, another rapist? Girl, please. That's all I got. Tell me what y'all thought about the interview. Did you watch it? What you think? Girl, be respectful in the comments because I am not playing. I take this topic very, very serious. Comment below. Let me know what you think. And I'll talk to y'all later on tonight. Bye.